Hello and welcome to HEX the Kryptosparbuch show. Actually, maybe we should change that for now because maybe we say ksb.tv from now on. Kaylin is already in chat. Say hello to HEX Line. We have a lot of things going on for you and I hope you guys are in the chat. How's it going?
Hello, also from my side. Hope everybody is doing great out there. Today we are going to talk about future things, and therefore we also invited our CEO from the Million Pulse Tour, Kaylin. So, Kaylin, how is it going?
It's going all good over here.
Okay, Kaylin is still in preparation. This is no problem because today we will go through the webpage ksb.tv. We will talk about our LLC that we formed and why we want to do things differently with the Million Pulse Tour compared to the 5555 Tour.
Yeah, so first of all, let's check our audio, our internet connection, because as of right now, I don't have any feedback that we are live and everything is running smoothly. Kaylin, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Did you hear our introduction? Everything works fine. Okay, perfect. We just got a little tricked here from the user interface. So how are you doing?
Doing good. Exciting things going over here on my side. You guys know that we acquired a new vehicle yesterday, so that's very exciting. And a lot of other things going on.
So where should we start? Kaylin, we already publicized that we formed an LLC, the KSB LLC, and you are the CEO of that. Maybe we can start talking about why we choose to do this step and why will that help us in the future?
Sure. With you guys being international from Germany and Austria, but still wanting to be very much so a part of an American tour and run educational conferences, it's very important that we have an American business that can allow us to do that. In the last tour, a lot of people know that we partner with Freedom TV, but now they have taken the task on of PulseCon, and so it was important for us to find another way to continue touring, even though that they're going to be focusing their energy on PulseCon. So KSB, Kryptosparbuch, we do tons of things as far as creating content here in America and German content as well. But the tour is here in America, so it was very important that we have a LLC formed here in America.
And also on the last tour, the 5555 tour, everything was sponsored by Kryptosparbuch. I still don't know what to say, KSB.TV, by us guys. This is what we did, right? We funded the whole tour, but it became so big. So many people came, the venues got bigger and so on. So we had to decide to make the next step to the LLC, which now allows us to operate legally in America, receive funds and book big venues, have a legal operation. So, Kellen, how will that help us in the future to receive the money from the Hexicans?
Right. So now that we have got some feedback from the community, from Richard Hart, that was, I guess, a big part. Even if you saw me on the lady stream, a couple days ago, he kind of reiterated the point that tickets are an important aspect of the type of education that we want to provide, the type of events that we want to provide. Even though we put on amazing events last tour, because they were so privately funded with just you guys, we really had a lot smaller venues. We couldn't put nearly as much publicity into the events, and then it was so many of them. It was really hard to promote each one individually because as soon as one was done, we had like a week before we got to the next one. So in
Not even often.
yeah. So, this time where we have them a lot more spread out, so where we can really dedicate time to promoting those events and we can make them huge, huge events. We would love to have 300 plus in attendance at each one of these events. And I mean, it could be even bigger than that. Just like the last tour, from the first one to the last one, it got bigger. I would assume that something like that is going to happen this time, but just in a lot larger scale.
So, Kellen, why don't we jump right into ksb.tv? Let's bring up the screen share and we show the people what we have prepared for them for the next Million Pulse Tour. So if you go to ksb.tv, this is the landing page. You see those 3 beautiful cars we had on the last tour, but we want to change that, right? Kellen, these cars were great, they served a great purpose, but what kind of cars would we get for the next tour? Somebody in the chat was already talking about an RV.
Yeah. So we definitely want to have an RV, and we've talked about that a lot as far as having a space that's open to Hexicans, where we can do large outside events, where we can tailgate at games, and we always have a central meeting place that's really easy to find. So to have a huge wrapped RV, I mean, what better billboard, is there than a huge RV that drives around the country with Pulsex, Hex on it, everything, wrapped in this RV. In addition to that, we need at least one vehicle that is a city vehicle that's easier for getting from A to B within the city. So that's why we've already acquired another SUV that we are already in the process of getting wrapped. What's cool about this SUV is it's a Land Rover and it has hexagons like in the dash and on the seats. So it feels like it was just meant to be a part of our caravan, or what do
Yeah,
you
it's also that Discover one, no? So you will discover the whole United States with it, huh?
And we will definitely put a good wrap on it. Let's see what coin we decide on. You said Pulsechain, but I think it could be Pulse X or Hex as well. So why would the RV be so great though? Let's jump into the Million Pulse Tour and what kind of stops we are doing, because we are dividing everything up a little bit more than last time. We have 9 major events, but tell us about all the other events. What are we doing there?
Yeah, so like let's say starting in San Diego, our very first event is a car show. So any Hexicans, Postcans in California that have either wrapped their own car or just have a nice sports car or a car you want people to see, bring it down to the beach in San Diego, and we're gonna have a nice Hexican meetup there. If we have the RV by San Diego, this is like the first opportunity to be able to have merch right there, to be able to possibly have like food and drinks, and to really be able to take care of the Hexicans when we're out and about in these different locations.
Exactly. You already talked about this car show, but on the last tour we also had so many events that were outside. And just imagine the RV being there. You know, you have like a little place where you can have all your food and stuff. Somebody in the chat is saying, "Why change the cars? They are so great. Why don't we just keep them?" Patrick, why don't you really quickly explain why the cars right now were great, but now we have a bigger plan?
So we had 3 cars, the 2 Audis and the Ford Expedition. With the Ford Expedition from the get-go, it was clear that after the tour we will have a new owner for it. And then with the Audis, the R8 is a bought car, the Q7 was or is a leased car, and now over the summer the Q7 is used by Tony, by T-Money, in order to promote his PulseCon in the beginning of September in Las Vegas. And after that, he will return it in because it's just a leased car. And with the R8, we have something special in mind. And there I would like to give the word to Kaylin. So what's the specialty when it comes to this beautiful HEX R8 in the background of the screen share?
Well, yeah, I mean, just as a decision, I think that you guys really were selfless in saying, I love my R8, I love this Hex car, but it deserves to just be in a local community with someone who just loves it, who's not going to drive it all across the United States.
Yeah, especially David here was like really, really sad.
We need a good Hexican who takes care of that car. Well, now we want to give a car away, but this is for a bigger purpose, right? We want to auction out the car. We said that already. And the funding we would get from this auction, that would already kickstart the Million Pulse Tour, right? Because then with the funding like that, we could already make a down payment for the RV, for example, make down payments for workshops, locations, and stuff
the
like
venues
this.
and so on. Yeah, exactly.
So, we still will talk about the auction later on a little bit. And first, let's talk about the cities here, finish that up, because after that, we will still talk about how the workshops run. Then we'll go into the colleges and so on. So a lot to discuss here. So what is the difference between the 9 workshops that we have and all the other places that we go to?
Right. So only focusing on the 9 workshops in the major markets, but still visiting all these cities. In a lot of these cities, you'll notice that they're either college towns or cities that have, multiple colleges, or just major cities along our route. So in most of these cities, 100% we're going to be visiting colleges. We're going to be having meetups. We're going to be doing sporting events and tailgating and different things like that. But our workshops, just so that we can scale them better, they will only be in 9 large major markets.
All right, and then if we scroll down, we see upcoming events. This is the car show you were talking about. An outside event, just like the college visit here. These places would be great for an RV to have already, right? This is why we already started the auction of the R8 as well. But now let's go into the workshops, because this is what we have prepared next for you guys.
At first, I would like to know, like, where did we plant the 9 major stops? Can you go back once more? Yeah.
Page is perfect. Go back to the workshops page.
Yeah.
And then scroll down right under the names. And then these are the 9 major cities and the dates that we plan to be there for that big workshop event.
Of course, we see Los Angeles is here with the first one on July 9th. Richard Hart said the fork will appear mid-May. We are all hoping for that. If it would delay, what would happen then, Kaylin?
If it would delay, then the Los Angeles one, if possible, it could get pushed back up to 2 weeks. If not, then Los Angeles will be canceled as far as the beginning of the tour, and then probably rescheduled sometime in February towards the end of our schedule. But Sacramento is next in line, and I really don't think that we're going to have any issues with needing to cancel that one for not having a fork. We do have to have a fork because we are giving away posts. We are teaching you how to move your posts and transact with PulseX. So we will not start these workshops without the fork, but we'll evaluate more towards the end of the month to see, does he come through with his mid-May.
So I want to invite everybody to scroll down here at the workshops page, because then you see all the 9 major events. And this leads us then to our next topic. How will the workshop look like at those 9 events? Because this time it will be totally different. It will not be only Hexline and me talking. We have a lot of other speakers as well. But first, before we talk about how everybody can contribute, we should talk about the workshop sessions. Patrick, what will be different this time?
So the main difference this time, the main topic still is the same. Yeah, at our 5555 HEX tour, we said we want to teach the people on how to be their own bank. The only problem there was the high fees of the Ethereum network, so we couldn't give just everybody a little bit of crypto in order that they can do the clicks in front of us or together with us in the group. Because the thing what new people are most afraid of when it comes to the crypto markets is that they make any user error in their first few clicks. So in order to get those people comfortable, you just need to bring them through the first few clicks. How to achieve that? First of all, we said, okay, we need more than 2 hours, because in 2 hours you can put a lot of information, but actually 2/3 or even 80% of the information will be lost because of nobody can follow so much new information, So we said, okay, let's extend that to do a full day workshop where people already prepare like in their mind, okay, this is like a day dedicated for crypto, and not like the end of my work week where somebody pulled me to a crypto workshop as well. So a dedicated day for all that, and then full day event. Let's go through it. It will begin like at 10 a.m. just with meet and greet. You will see different booths, you will see different Hexicans, you might connect with some people of your region as well. And then we start with the first two sessions. The first session, of course, is an introduction in decentralized finance and cryptocurrency, where we really take the no coiner. So this first session is dedicated for the no coiner, that the no coiner gets educated in the general things of the crypto market, and general things on how to be your own bank, especially like seed phrase and so on.
I have seen it so much on our tour, the 5555 tour. We jumped into Hex right away. We're explaining t-shirts, and the people were confused sometimes because they were not educated about crypto in general. This is why the first session is so important, to educate exactly those no coiners. All right, and then we go into the next session, Patrick, the staking and delegating. What is all that about?
So this second session is also, the second hour is also more for newer people who are not in the crypto market yet, who don't know about Hex or any other coin yet. And this staking and delegating, this is specifically for Hex and Pulsechain, where we speak about the financial product Hex, and we speak about the new awesome blockchain Pulsechain, and what you can do with those coins, how you can earn money in a decentralized way with these two coins.
And then, of course, there is the third session. This is the reason why we need so many other speakers, right? Because we have session after session, because we talk about so many new products that we have available. What do we do in third session?
Yeah, so, and this is actually pretty great. So after our tour or during our tour, we connected with so much Hexican OGs, and a lot of them made, for example, an introduction to our 5555 workshop. And a lot of times I thought, why don't you go on, because you're doing pretty good, So like when you look at the left side of this screen share, you see like a lot of names where I think those are great names. Awesome that we have those names in the community, and that they will definitely do a better job as native speakers in English than we can do. And then third session, an hourly session, again, liquidity providing and yield farming. There we talk about decentralized exchanges and how they work, and how you can participate in them, and how you can also earn some money providing liquidity. And of course, the yield farming is then specific for PulseX.
Exactly. You were talking about decentralized exchanges, but I think the main topic, of course, that everybody wants to talk about is PulseX. And here, Patrick, the fourth session, this is something really interesting. I think here we should give the word to Kaylin, because she was especially planning this fourth session. What is this session about, Kaylin?
Yeah, this session is really about embracing the entire ecosystem, right? Anybody that's building on Pulsechain, whether or not they want to, they support Richard Hart ecosystem. And so we have no problem learning what's going on, whether that's the Hedrons, the Maxis, or possibly even some of the meme coins, and the gaming platforms and the NFT marketplaces and different things like that. And so this session in each different city, and we'll notify you in advance what that session exactly will be covering, but it will highlight a special project or feature on the Pulsechain. Because it is only 4 session 4s, one in every city, this will be a different presentation in each of the 9 cities. And that's something that you guys might want to talk about, and how this tour is different from the last, is that we really have a focus and an interest on live streaming all of our sessions, all of our education for every workshop, because we know it will be different from one workshop to the other, having so many different presenters, even if the topic is the same.
So on the last tour, we only talked about HEX because all the other products were not out. In the future, they will be. This is all just natural why we will talk about Pulse and Pulse X as well. But we learned that we have to bring other communities. And this is what we will do with session 4, where we will then embrace NFT communities or communities like the Maxi community, the Hedron community, you know, to then also participate. But I'm also thinking about other YouTubers, you know, they would be great to have a booth at our workshop, you know, at least once. And actually, you know, I have Wild SJ here in the chat. She is doing the sci-fi book, the audiobook, and she is saying that she would like to join us in a sprint event some point along the tour. I think this is amazing. This is exactly what we need. The Hexicans coming together, joining us at their local city, and then just helping out and driving around with a sprinter van. I bet this will then be even several stops that the Wild SJ will do with us.
Yeah, and then let's go and finalize that. Session 5, you see that's a 2-hour session, because in the last session of the day there is also the giveaway, and there is also a big Q&A in there, because now we have had already like a couple of hours of showing the people on how to be their own bank. Everybody at registration, what I missed out on early on, will get a little bit of crypto in order to be able to make all those moves. So up front, people can decide if they want to come only with a cell phone or even with their PC. And if they have a hardware wallet, there will also be like an option to buy a Ledger hardware wallet, like on the spot, for example. You will have like will present with different wallet options, like hardware wallet or MetaMask, for example, or Staker with the
I don't know the word now as well, but let's talk about the giveaway here.
Yeah, just to finish it up. So in the first few hours of the workshop, people already used crypto. So they got crypto at registration. They got shown how to swap, for example, Pulse for HEX. They got shown how to stake the HEX. They got shown how to validate the Pulse, how to swap Pulse for Pulse X, how to provide liquidity, how to yield farm. So all those things you can really do, yeah, and you can really do on your own cell phone as well, that you really made all those first few clicks where you're most afraid of as a new person. And then in the last 2 hours of the day, you have time to question everything, you know, a big Q&A, which is dedicated for the people in the audience, you know, because we are there for them and they are not here for us, you know. And last half an hour then is giveaway time, and there will be also like 1,000 hex for the hexiest person on each and every daily workshop, and then there will be at least 1 million pulse for a giveaway. Let's see, maybe we agree on Pulse X giveaways as well. Maybe there will be maxi giveaways. Let's see how that works out.
So let's summarize what we have for sure. We want to give away 1 million Pulse at every workshop, right?
And 1,000 hex as well.
Then 1,000 hex for every attendee, so they can.
No. 1,000 hex is for the most hexiest person.
Sorry. 1,000 hex. Yeah. 1,000
I don't give everybody like so sorry. That's too much, guys.
I wanted to say 1,000 pulse. 1,000 pulse for every attendee. This is a number that we still can adjust, but every attendee needs to get something, right? This is what we know for sure. And then, of course, we have other coins in the future that we may would like to give away as well. You talked about Pulse X. I have the Maxi coin in the back of my head to give away. There are many options. So
yes, it's true, and it's not about like how much crypto we give the people up front. It's just like that they have a few bucks of crypto that they can do the clicks, and it is about the clicks. It's not about if we give them like $1 or $10 or $100 of worth of crypto, you know. And yeah, what do you say, Kaylin?
Patrick, these are all long days, right? So it's like an 8-hour day. We cannot do it ourselves. We need the help from the Hexicans community. And when we go here to the left side, we already see some speakers, some people that already said they want to help us dedicate their time. We see Motley Investor here, for example, Hex Lion, Yashdeep, Black Crypto, and the list goes on. Kaylin, you were the first one to write down this list. How did you contact the people, and how did this all come along?
You know, we stay pretty busy. So the list has kind of evolved organically. Some people from the very beginning, you know, let me know right away, hey, I can come to California, or I can come to Dallas. Some people, we went on their streams as we've been talking about this tour. And as we talked to them then they're like, yeah, for sure, write me down. A couple people have messaged me directly, and those are the ones that I appreciate, the most, because all of you guys, especially the streamers that we have relationships with, I'm going to contact you, but we are very, very busy. So if you know that there's a city that you can sign up for, or that you want to be involved, message us direct so that we can add you to the list. It is an open invite as far as speakers go. As long as we, just don't have like a crazy number, but for the most part, we will be able to arrange something and work with you. So just message us about speaking on the tour.
And what we see here, the list, almost everybody here is a YouTuber or is really integrated in the HEX community. We met them on the last tour. This is why they are here on this list. But actually, everybody can be a speaker. If you contact us and you show us that you really know your stuff about Pulse, PulseX, or all the other topics, then we surely would love to have you as a speaker in your city. So please go ahead, contact us here at the contact site, and we can make that happen too. Because this is one of the two things that we really, really need from the community. It's not only the funding, it's also the time and the effort from the community to set up, to speak, and to make that happen.
Yeah, and the 1 million Pulse tour is really there once how to be your own bank, to give this education out, and then it should be a tour from the community for the community.
Yeah.
All right, so Kellen, we have now talked about the workshops, about the 9 major places, how they will look like, but all the other events, they will be colleges, right? And now we can go to our college visit site here, and we see already a video. We won't play that now. You guys can play that at home when you have a little bit of time. We want to talk about the college visits right now. So what is the first thing that you want to start with?
Just to say, I guess the contact form down at the bottom is the most important thing when visiting these pages. The types of activities that we're going to do, it's going to change from one college to the next based on the connection that we're able to build with that college. There are going to be colleges, there's already some colleges that we've spoke with that are willing to give us a 30-minute session of one of their already established entrepreneurship classes, or in their finance department, or something like that. But there are a ton of stops. We're going to 40 different cities. And, to be frank, we don't have connections with colleges in all these cities. So that's why we're looking to you guys. If you have some kind of connection as far as maybe being a student, and you know what the easiest way to get a on-campus location is, or if you work at a college or university, or if you are Greek, and you still have those relationships on campus, then just send us a message so that we can have a better way to get inside the colleges, and not just going to the games and tailgating and giving away stickers and merch and posting flyers, that it can be really engaging. Because at the end of the day, we'd love to give Pulse to college students. The same thing that we're doing at our workshops, we'd like to be able to go inside a classroom and to actually give students Pulse, give students PulseX, and show them right there on the spot how they can work on the system.
And I think here we can actually shine as a community that is all over America, right? And this is what we want to do. We want to travel all over America. So I bet you we have Hexicans in every state, and every Hexicans have a son and daughter that are in college. So maybe they can find out where we can contact somebody to make something like this happen. Like if Patrick and I, we could get 30 minutes to talk in front of students, we will talk about HEX and PulseX and pitch it to them in a way that they want to be involved for sure.
You definitely, yeah. He's training that each and every day.
Yeah, I'm really on it. I think I have my HEX pitch down by now, because it's just repetition, I think. All right, so colleges, I think we went over that. Is there something else? We have this beautiful picture here. Maybe we can go through every bullet point, Kaylin.
Sure. Just the type of activities that we're going to do, giving away free merch on campus, giving away PulseX, HEX, possibly Maxi to students, when we have little small seminars, doing sports events. We'll be traveling during college football season, which we know is huge. It brings out tons of people, tons of eyes. So the same kind of, I mean, not large scale like NASCAR where we're going to spend $600,000, but if we get an opportunity to put some, post marketing logos up for $500, for $1,000, something like this, and we know it's going to be in front of thousands of eyes, then these are the type of things that we're going to do on this tour.
Nice. So direct marketing and campaigns, this is pretty much the whole philosophy of the next tour, the 1 million post tour. We believe the direct marketing is the best thing. This is what we do at the colleges.
Yep.
So what is the next topic that we should jump into? Maybe the auction of the car? What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
So here right now, of course, there would be a video available for you guys, just the ad, and on ksb.tv you can see this video. But this is the page, the official Audi R8 HEX car auction. What do we see here, Kaylin?
So these are the basic rules that, you know what, I think that I'm going to have to adjust that because we did decide to run it through the 22nd, through the weekend of May. So instead of Thursday, that stream is going to be on Sunday. So we'll edit that date and make sure that's right. But we've already got a couple bids in. If you go down to the bottom, it shows the current bids. And just so that you know, if you do decide to bid on the R8, it does also come with Dolphin tier sponsorship benefits that we can go over a little bit later. But yeah, we started the auction at $85,000. All information will be held confidential outside of the location. That way, you may be able to find yourself. Now, it's possible that there may have multiple bids that come in from Florida, so then you'll just have to remember what you bid. But yeah, through the month, as bids come in for the R8, then we'll post them here just so you can know how it's going.
And Kaylin, explain a little bit, how can people actually make a bid?
So that's that little form that's right above you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
So here we see we have 18 more days to just fill everything out.
It will be a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit longer. So I'll adjust all that. I just got a little busy, but yeah, so you just fill out the form with your contact information. We will, if you submit a bid, we will contact you to speak about it privately, because we do need to verify that you are a real person and that you have real interest, and that you'll uphold your bid. So we will, reach out to you. These first two people that have already submitted bids, we actually have known for a while, and we were able to verify that they're ready to make this purchase. A couple things about the car that people should know. The Audi is actually in really, really, really good shape. Even though we just drove it across the country, it's a 2015. So for it to still only have about 60,000 miles on it, that is actually really, really good. Especially being that we, did 20,000 in the last year. I'm pretty sure that, any of the little scratches or whatnot that it has, that we can get that fixed before we give it to the new owner. But it's a beautiful car. And if you like the attention that HEX brings, and you like talking about HEX, then this is the car for you. Because no matter where you go, people are going to stop you and they're going to ask you about HEX.
Exactly. You had this experience, Kaylin, when you drove the car. I had this experience almost on a daily basis.
We even gave like business cards like out of the car while driving in traffic.
We did everything. We went above and beyond. If you're just getting gas, people will say, "Hey, I love your car." People in America really embrace success. So this is why this car was really, really a great onboarding tool. And now we want to give it away. Well, if you go to the YouTube channel _HEX, there made a little vlog on how I sent this car to Kaylin. I talked a little bit about a couple of scratches. So if you want to look into that a little bit, you can just watch that video. It's really not too much, like Kaylin said. It's just a wrap. How to fix that? It's really, really easy because it's just the foil, right? So we have talked about the workshops, the colleges, and now we are here at the auction. 2 people already made a bid, and I have so many people from the last year that they said they want to have the car. I will now text them and I will tell them about the auction, and I hope to get some traction going here. Guys, if you know anybody who would like to participate, then please contact us here into the contact form and give your bid for the R8 today, if possible.
Yeah, so one thing that I think that we should tell them about, because I know that there's going to be some hesitation to bid just because, we're all waiting for Pulsechain. We all have our money locked up, waiting either for that copy or already sacrificed, waiting for our coins to drop. So maybe, Patrick, you can kind of talk to them about what we're willing to do as far as down payment and then paying in full.
So real quick, just to inform everybody here, we have buyers benefits. What kind of benefits do we have? KSB, the fee recognition on various platforms, including optional live streams. We would, of course, then say the name of the buyer, but then also
if he wants to.
If he wants to, of course, like we could make this a little public thing, but also this is really important. This is the next topic that Kaylin just mentioned. Buyer will also receive Dolphin sponsorship tiers benefits. And Kaylin, should I click here on benefits, or should I just go to our sponsorship so the people can actually see?
Yeah, sure. Sponsorship page.
Oh, I guess it goes to the same thing.
And here, let's look at the Dolphin level. So when you make an bid for the Hex car and you win the auction in the end, then you also get included the Dolphin level, what you can see here on the screen share, which includes what kind of stuff, Kaylin?
Workshop tickets. You get 10 workshop tickets that you can give to your friends and family, choice of your city. You get tour swag bag, 4 VIP registration tickets. So the VIP registration tickets actually come with a dinner with the presenters at the end of the night, and then some other VIP sitting, possibly parking at the venue, different things like that. You get, let's see, Dolphin. You get 2 of our regional NFTs. That's something that I'm really excited about that we haven't talked a whole lot about. But yeah, I'm really excited to kind of go over that a bit more. You will be recognized on our website and in our presentation as a donor. You have the option to do a commercial reel. Commercial reels are really good for either developers that are launching on Pulsechain or companies, especially if you have like merch or different things like that, and you're just trying to get your brand out there. We're going to have the major room where the final event of every workshop will be, the main stage. This is also the space where exhibitor booths will be. This is not the space, though, for the smaller sessions throughout the day. So throughout the day, if you're not going to one session, then you can hang out in this larger space. And on this TV, it will, throughout the whole day, play reels and different videos from people that have sponsored into the tour that want you to hear a little bit of their message. And so these are the type of, the crypto, can't leave that one out. Everybody knows that we like to host a party from time to time, right? And so that's not going to change on this next tour. We are still already in plans of hosting a Hex birthday party in Nashville, Hex Lions New Year's Eve birthday bash in Houston, Texas. So these parties do have some expense. Typically, they're private invite only. And so this gives you some access to these parties without any additional expense later on down the road.
And this is all the tier, all the benefits a Dolphin would get, right? This would also be the benefits the car buyer would get.
Mm-hmm.
And then have we talked about the possibility of a down payment yet?
No, we haven't, because here at the sponsorship tiers, what you see, dolphin, shark, whale, godway, even squid, there we would have a special offer, because we all know, okay, we are in front of the fork, but we still need to see like some contribution, some interest, that we know at least, okay, interest is there to make it, and therefore from the squid level on, we would make the option right now that you can contact us, say what kind of sponsorship tier level you would like to have, and then it would only be a 20% down payment for now, and then when Pulsechain goes live shortly after the fork, the rest, and that we can go on, that we can make our moves, that we can plan and book everything ahead, and that we can get the message going, that we can make marketing at each and every city and destination we are in.
I think this is a great little tool that we have, that we can give this 20% down payment possibility, because we all know nobody wants to spend their money right now. Pulsechain is coming, of course, we know that.
Something more important here, if you look at the very smallest level here, the shell level, the $50 level, our full day workshops will cost at least $65, maybe even more. So when Pulsechain comes out, we are re-evaluating our prices, and they might rise. I guess they will rise. And only right now there is this $50 shell contribution level where you would get a free ticket of one of the main workshops of your choice. So you don't need to choose now if it's Seattle or Miami or whatever, but you can already now fix your discounted ticket for one of the full day workshops, and then you can, doing so, you can support the tour. It's only a $50, and we already know, okay, there is some interest, and we can go ahead.
And you know what, just a little feedback here for us, for the team. We should definitely push the shell contribution way more, and also push the possibility of the down payment. Maybe we make a little flyer or something like this and post that on our Twitter, so that our Hexican community really know that we have this kind of possibilities for them.
Right. And it's important to know that even if you know that you are out of the country, but you still want to support the tour, or you know that you can't come to any workshops, but you still want to support the tour, you can always send us crypto, send a form of donation, and earmark it for tickets. We already had one person that contacted us. They bought 3 shell tickets that they would like us to give away on stream sometime. So we could, try to figure out how to do that today, or we can do that in the next stream. Especially if we get a couple more people to donate a few more tickets, then we can give away a lot of tickets in one stream. But yeah, these are the type of things that you can do just to support the tour and the community at large, right? You know that there's some people that can really benefit from this type of education, but maybe they can't, they don't have the money right now to be able to buy the ticket. Then you can sponsor a ticket for them or for anybody, and we can give it out on stream.
All right,
great.
This was the sponsorship that is basically for every single Hexican, from the shell until to the Poseidon, right? But we want to address different kinds of sponsors as well. So why don't we jump into the exhibitors, for example?
Yeah, so Caitlin, explain to us what is meant with the exhibitors page.
Right. So like I was saying before, these workshops are going to be much bigger. And so because that final event of the day needs to hold about 300 people, we're looking at much larger spaces. And so throughout the day, a lot of the sessions will be smaller. We want that intimate feel. We want to be able to teach and for you to be able to answer questions. So we want to fill up this other space with just fun and energy, with our DJ Pollywood music and some of our Hex performers, and our Hex merch partnership table where you can buy merch and any other business or product that's coming out on Pulsechain, or maybe you're not on Pulsechain, but you just would like to advertise to this demographic. Then you could purchase a table. You can purchase the table either for one workshop all the way up to all 9 workshops. You can send somebody to man your table, especially if you're doing something like sales, or you can have it to where it is self-sufficient, where it just has flyers and awesome imagery, right? Like a nice big backdrop or something like that, and then handouts and free stickers or something like that. And then with these packages, you have the opportunity to create your commercial reel, all the way up to a 3-minute reel that will show up on the main stage. So even if you can't physically be in the space, you still have an opportunity to get your message out there and to advertise to this crypto space.
I think the most important thing is here the first thing that you always say at the exhibition booth. It's a customizable, right? It's individual for every single body. So just contact us, and then we will put together really a package that fits you the best. But this is one of the best contributions that you can do right now, because then we can plan already with a partner being on the road with us, and we can just start doing the Million Pulse Tour. All right, so exhibitors, I believe, is already good talked about. Is there anything else you want to add, Kaylin?
No, not with the exhibitors. Maybe with the NFTs. I think we got a couple questions about NFTs.
Then let's jump into this here, because here we see the different colors of the NFTs. What would that?
No, not the different colors.
We have red.
We have 4 NFTs.
Yes, that's
and
what I meant.
Each and every NFT represents one of these colors, one of the areas of the states.
And here we also see the areas.
Yeah.
In a second. So how does that go along? How can people get those NFTs?
Right. So in order to be eligible to get one of these NFTs, some of them will give away. You could purchase them, or you can get them through the sponsorship tiers. But you have to visit at least one city in this region. I mean, unless you're a sponsor. But if as an individual person, if you want to get access to, let's say, the West Coast NFT, you need to come to at least one event in this region. And we'll have an NFT for each region. And then if you are able to come to one event in all 4 regions, then there is a final NFT that captures the whole country.
Mm-hmm.
Also, on the last tour, we already saw a lot of Hexicans coming to several events, right? Just because it was so special for them. They would have collected a couple of NFTs on the road, because just they loved seeing us, I guess.
Yeah, Hex Ninja.
Hex Ninjas, yeah, for example. A lot of Hexicans in Texas, they came to Houston, to Dallas, to Austin, for example, right?
Which is one region.
Which is one region, but still.
all good, David.
All right.
So with our partnership with Steak and Apes, we have created these NFTs. He also has created some special NFTs for us that we can share that I think is really cool. He made NFTs of each one of the team members.
The team members.
Right? So there's a Hex Lion NFT, a Avid, a Black Hexican Mars, everybody. And by buying this NFT, then you get to come and have dinner with the team on, one of these stops. And the way it works is
not with the team, with the guy you bought, or with the girl you bought.
At least with the person that you bought. But we pretty much always go to dinner as a team. So I can't promise them that it's going to be a one-on-one, dinner.
That's true.
Maybe if it's specially requested, then we can do it like this.
Yeah.
It's like a special.
A premium.
Privacy.
Yeah, I know that Dan already put in a bid for his NFT just to make sure that he can date himself. He doesn't want to go out with anybody. He's like, no, I'll buy that one. But yeah, some cool things that we're adding just to embrace all the communities. Like there will be a lot of NFT people on Pulsechain. And we want them to know that it's not just for Hexicans that we're doing this. This tour is for everybody. And so if making our NFTs useful in our ticketing process, or provide some type of utility in that you can go to dinner with somebody or you can get access to something, then we're embracing those concepts.
And maybe we can jump into the stream here, because I see a lot of names that we always see on the Kryptosparbuch from the German community, for example, Wallace77, Dean, also a really cool YouTuber. Say hello to Dean Berlage. He's a really good YouTuber. Check out the CryptoMachineCrew.com page, I think it is. Then we have Theo, Marcel. Thank you guys for being here in the chat. You guys really make it special for us. This is why we do everything, right? Because we have the community in the back supporting us. And this is exactly what you can do. Being in the chat, make some noise, like and subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah, we haven't talked about like ways to contribute without money. Caitlin, would you like to do that?
Sure. The biggest ways to contribute are through the things that we already talked about. Connecting us with colleges, filling out that form to say this is who you need to get in contact with. Um, let's see what else. I just drew a little bit of a blank.
It's
Um,
basically the soft skills that we need from the Hex community. Somebody can maybe good do designing or something like this. Then we need thumbnails, for example. Somebody can make flyers. Then we need this, for example.
Then we need subscriptions, we need likes, we need retweets, we need comments, we need the algorithms to work, that the social media family gets the message, and that we can grow bigger and bigger organically over time.
So the best thing you can do is go here to the tree link, and then you find all our links, and maybe you can subscribe to multiple things, to the YouTube channel, to all our Instagram channels, and so on. But the most important thing, of course, you will find here on the main page, which is the YouTube channel of ksb.tv. Right now we have 150 subscribers, and with those many subscribers, we cannot do live streams yet, right? And this is what we want to do in the future.
Yes, so please, guys, hop over to KSB TV, give us some love, press the subscribe button, and then in a few weeks we will start live streaming on the KSB TV channel, where we update you how everything is going, if we need to delay anything, but everything looks good, about the venues when we are in the process of locking them in, booking them. The dates you can already see on KSB TV, and then there will be something like a weekly meetup of us. Maybe we will also invite some future speakers already and talk with them if they are already excited and so on. And then, of course, once we start the tour, there will be plenty and plenty of content on KSB TV.
What we want, for example, and we didn't do that the last time, we want to live stream every single major event, right? So this will be 8 hours of streaming on our major events. And then I bet from the colleges we will bring some content as well. So this is why we need a lot of subscribers, at least 1,000, so we can live stream. And this is where you can help already.
And there will also be like tons of interviews as well, like on the 1 million Pulse tour, like we had it on our 555 tour as well. You didn't saw too much interviews yet, because those are mostly reserved for our documentary, which is right now edited as well. And then for the Million Pulse tour, we want to put out the content quicker than what we did with the 5555 HEX tour, and therefore all these short interviews and so on, you will see them as they happen.
So I will definitely try to be in as many events as possible. Definitely the 9 major events, but also all the other college visits. And then if you want to spend time with us, if you want to be a speaker or help setting up the equipment, do other tasks, just contact us, and maybe even go in our Telegram group already that we have for the 5555 group, because that's where we used to plan our cities in the past, right?
That's true.
Where do we see that here? Maybe we can put the link into the description or something like this, because this Telegram chat would be then the place where we plan everything, right?
yeah, there might be a Telegram button. It's the very first one.
I just saw it. Perfect. There it is. Then you just click here and open it on Telegram. Perfect.
Yeah. So just to recap, we love to get your support through sponsorships, but we do understand that everyone doesn't have the full sponsorship available right now. So if you want to lock in your rate, your tier right now before that countdown ends, because the prices will go up for sure after that countdown ends, then you can secure your tier with 20%. Same thing goes with the auction car. If you want to, bid based on what you'll be able to pay after the fork, then that's fine. You just know that we'll need 20% just to lock that in. And you can see the countdown right there at the top.
All right. So this was 1 hour now talking about the tour. People are really interested in the chat about everything. They asked a couple of questions. Of course, in our presentation here, we already talked about everything. If you guys have more questions, then go ahead. Right now is your chance, because other than that, I think we talked about every single topic. Maybe what we could...
One more thing. I forgot. You have a ton of patches here. right? And we know that you love giving away free merch. So how about we say that we give out some free patches to maybe, let's say, our first 50 tier buyers, any level. We'll send you a little care package of Allen's patches. We have Hex patches, Post patches, tons of different patches.
Any level over the shell, right?
Any
Yeah.
level over the shell, yeah, the shell is the smallest contribution.
Yeah, because the shell level is already like a beneficial for the people, you know, where we said, okay, the cheapest ticket possible, you won't get any cheaper ticket than those $50. That's why with the, if you also want to have nice patches, they are pretty cool. Do you have them on the site? Can you show them in the camera?
Well, I have designed 4 different patches. They were first, the idea was that they were all for me, but then I saw if I just buy more patches, I get them for cheap. So I have an abit_hex patch, I have a hex.com patch, I have a Pulsechain, and also a hex patch. And I think this time I were able to make the colors really pop in those patches. They are the original color scheme of Pulsechain and hex, and Kellen will show them to you now.
So this is the Pulsechain patch.
Show it really close to the camera. Just now, this looked so good. It looked like a sticker, actually.
There you go.
Nice.
The Hex one. And then these ones are really cool.
And for me, it's important that I, as a Hexican that I am, have my T-shirts and everything that I wear always maxed out in Hex. But if you buy from Louis Vuitton, if you buy from Versace, this is of course not possible. So in the future, I will just put all my patches everywhere, and you guys can now do it too. Because if you get a bigger contribution than a shell, what is after the shell? I think a crab or something like this, right?
Yeah, like $100 contribution. Where you also get your ticket of your choice for one of the main workshops, and there you will also get the swag bag, and only right now there will be the badges as well in the swag bag.
So what do you think? What could we do? At least one abit_hex, at least one hex.com, and maybe 2 Pulse and Hex logos patches for everybody who is over the shrimp?
Yeah.
Over the shell?
That sounds good.
We will definitely make a flyer for this promotion, and then push that out on Twitter and Telegram, because our Hexicans need to know what we are planning. We have so many different game theory in our Million Pulse Tour. Everybody needs to be involved and needs to be engaging in that, because I think it's so cool. We have NFTs, we have a 20% down payment, we have the auction going on, and then of course in the future all the workshops that you can decide yourself to where do you want to go to if you get the shell contribution today.
Yeah, you know, guys, we are not here because we want to enrich ourselves. We want to bring this informational content out there because it's really life-changing, and it's really one of the most important things to learn about money, to learn about finance. And the thing is, when you get cryptocurrencies right, you can do whatever you want with your life. No matter if you're an artist, if you just want to be a mom staying with her kids at home, or if you're just lazy and don't want to work, get cryptocurrency right, and you can do whatever you want with your life. That's the message here. And it should be a tour from the community for the community. And it's not about that we are want to make money on this or something like that. You know that on the first tour we financed everything out of our own pockets, and we are still financially free, so it didn't bankrupt us or something like that. And now, by bringing everybody together, by going ahead of time, by planning everything, by having such a great CEO like Kaylin with us, I'm pretty sure that we can bring friends and family, the community together, and that we can really make great events and make it bigger and better this time.
Oh, for sure. So this time it will be so good because we have so much knowledge from the last tour. We know what we are doing. Everything will be planned out so good. And we have the Hexicans in our back. We have so many speakers already. We see the funding is coming in slowly. The bids for the R8 are there already. We had some small contributions already. It is going really, really good. And now we just need the fork to happen, and then we can start the Million Pulse Tour. And with this community there in the background, we will be really successful, I'm sure.
Yeah, and we know what to change. You know, we need to focus more on the people between 18 and 30. You know, where we want to go more to the universities. So I really want to stress this point. If you are a student, if you studied, you please take a little bit of your time and try to help us to get events on campus, to really get to this age group, to really be able to engage with the 18 to 30-year-olds. And when Pulsechain is live, we don't have any fees, so we can really give everybody something in their hand that they can start their journey on the crypto market.
Yeah.
All right, this was now 1 hour about the Million Pulse Tour. I think really informative. I love that a lot of people in the chat are trying around the emojis, so really engaging. Thank you guys for everybody for participating here and following along. Kellen, is there any last words that you want to say?
No last words here, guys.
All right. So thanks for everybody out there for watching our content. Thanks for showing us some love with the new subscription of the KSB TV channel with some likes and so on. Thanks to you, Kaylin, for working so much for the next tour. And thanks for the stream today. All the best. We see each other soon, I hope. And all the best to the people out there as well. And what do you have to say?
I cannot wait for the fork. I'm excited so much. Every single day that I'm working on the tour is just getting better and better and better. So guys, please help us make this Million Pulse Tour happen. We need two things. We need funding, and we need also the contribution of the Hexicans to build up equipment and speak at our events. So if you want
more engagement, that's
get
the key.
into contact with us, and I can tell you from my own experience, as more as I give to this community, as better I get as a person, and I'm just personally growing so much. So thank you everybody for helping us so much. See you next week.
Bye-bye.